Alrighty, afternoon everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator with a quick follow-up to my LVFR A320 CEO video. I noticed a massive performance drop at the end of the video and I wanted to follow up on that because I was thinking about it. I did not have any performance issues at the beginning, but then the longer the flight took, the more and more the performance got worse. I don't know exactly what causes this, but I noticed by reviewing the footage that at the end, the cockpit door was still open. So in the middle of the flight, I did a tour through the passenger cabin, and then I went back to the front, and the cockpit door was still open. So since it's the only thing that changed in the middle of the flight, and I wanted to follow up on that and see if this is true. And so we are here in Gibraltar, and we're going to take off with the LVFR A320 CEO, and we're flying to London Gatwick. We climb until we get to our cruise level, and then we're going to fly a little bit, see what the performance is like, and then I'm going to open the cockpit door, do a tour to the passenger cabin, and then get back into my seat, leaving the cockpit door open, see if the performance drops. If it does, I do another flight with the same plane, leaving the cockpit door closed, see how long the performance is stable, if it is. Let's see, at the moment our frames on the outside were like better, I think. No, they're better here. Oh, they were better a second ago. Interesting how they suddenly drop. I can see the pad now, but as soon as I hover with my mouse over it, is getting into that. Yeah, it's very interesting. I read a comment that this is somehow a fault in the heavy division mods. So it's a little bit weird to me because I have no issues with any other flypad. Phoenix works fine and the fly-by-wire works fine. So, but somehow this is the fault of heavy division. Interesting. But anyway, also not the point of today's video. Let's get started here. Altimeter seems to be okay. Again, clock's running. Let's get going then. Okay, I'm going to Toga. Wee. And I have a standard weight here. 50-50 was the what I put up in the world map. Again, I just quickly set up a flight, no real a big issue. Let's see if we can get to V1 before the end of the runway. Seems a bit challenging, but okay. Rotate. Good. Thingy up. Okay, S speed is through, then let's bring the flaps in. And I can't see jack shit. These displays are very dark. But I think I have to go turn around here. Okay, lever climb. And let's give it to the autopilot. It can do this just as well as we can. Cruise altitude is 37,000 feet. Let's climb directly. Not interested in no ATC, not interested in anything. Okay, let's see, our frames are back to 60. That's good. Let's get to cruise level then. Let's, I don't know. We have a clock here, let's say we fly half an hour and then see if the performance stabilizes. Okay, then 30 minutes into the flight, everything is really nice and stable. Performance is good. Around 60 to 70% GPU usage, about 10 to 20% CPU usage. Frames are around 60 FPS. No idea why they're not higher, but with the lowest GPU usage, but it's fine, it's okay. A pretty steady performance so far, basically the same FPS as when we took off. So then let's check out the passenger cabin. And then let's leave the cockpit door open, sit back and then see what happens. Okay, checking in here after an hour of flight. As you can see, we are now pretty much exactly an hour in. And yeah, as you can also see, we have a pretty big performance drop. We started out with around 60 FPS. It was pretty stable up until our tour of the passenger cabin. But now it's kind of down. Now the scenery changed, of course, and maybe this is down to, yeah, I don't know what, but as you can see, it's a pretty significant drop. From 60 to sometimes below 50, that's pretty big. Weirdly enough, the GPU usage seems to be down. Don't know, it seems that there's a bottleneck somewhere. Memory is, I think, the same. Yeah, it looks like I have to monitor this a little bit. We're getting to the coast of France now, where we have a short passage over the Atlantic. And I think maybe frames will get better there. It would be interesting if we get to London. I thought maybe we wouldn't have to, but everything would be fine before. But looks like going to have to fly the full way, and then if this turns out to be really a performance issue, then do the same thing with the closed cockpit door again. Okay, now we are really getting close to London now. I'm already descending to, well, this is the final leg here, to go into the landing phase pretty soon. I don't have a decel, don't really, 12 miles, like, yeah, can probably already go flaps 1. Turn in here, and as you can see, performance is around 40. Now we are below 40. It's really the default view is really, someone pointed this out in the comments, the default view is really bad. Like now it seems to be aligned, but it's somehow just way too far back somehow. I would like to see more like this maybe. Don't really like that. Okay, spoilers aren't. Yes, oh, signs on, that's correct. Let's put everything on. Spoilers arm. Speed brake low.
$500. 400.
37 is pretty bad. 36 now.
300.
Oh, wow.
200. 100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, reverse us out. Looks good. Don't hear anything. Okay. 70 knots, reverse us idle. The speed brakes off, or we stop immediately. Good, welcome to London Gatwick apparently. Okay, doesn't really look like London, but yeah, fine. Let's vacate the runway, 36 frames per second. Wow, this is really bad. This is like... Okay, that's awesome. Let's stay here. Do we have external power? Of course we do. Very nice. Okay, then, yeah, external power on. Turn off the engines, and yeah, welcome to a very bad performing London Gatwick here. Again, I'm not sure if this is down to the plane, if this is really down to the to the open cockpit door. I will have to do another run to see if that's the case. Unfortunately, it's not something that I can shortcut or anything. I have to do this long flight because it seems that the performance gets worse over time, and like at least 3 hours seems to be something that, or at least 2.5, 3 hours, so about 3 hours seems to be the metric that I want to use here. Alrighty then, yeah, let's do the second flight, and you see same situation, same plane, same starting point, same time of day, same weight, everything. Frames are a little bit, they're around 60, they should be. Yeah, very high memory. Anyway, yeah, let's see, what does he say, signs on? Got that for some reason, never mind. Okay, then yeah, let's do the second flight and see. This time, doors closed and door stays closed, no passenger tour, no nothing. We just fly straight to London and then see if we have the same frame drop that we had yesterday. Well, then I report in every, like 30 minutes. I do it the same as last flight, and frames are fine for now, almost 70, but way higher memory usage as far as I remember, and way higher GPU usage. Interesting. So 30 minutes on the clock, and as you can see, I have a massive drop in performance. I think the first 10 minutes of the flight were like 70 plus FPS, like way more than in the last flight. But now we're already like at 55 or below it. And that's a massive drop in performance. Yeah, passenger doors closed, so I don't think that this is the reason. Let's see if it stays at this rate. If it drops any further, if it stays at 55 FPS, I think it's probably the same that we had yesterday here. Again, it's to be expected that the performance is a bit lower here because we are over land and no longer over the ocean. But yeah, 55 from 70 to 55 in like 30 minutes is a massive drop. Yeah, okay, then I see you in the next 30 minutes. Okay, another 30 minutes and another big performance drop. As you can see, we lost almost 10. I don't know, I think in 30 minutes we were at like 50 to 55. Now we are somewhere around 45. So, yeah, we're getting over the ocean now again, so it should be a little bit better in a second, but yep. Again, have this weird GPU drop. The GPU usage is not there. There's a lot of resource, but the frames drop and drop and drop. I mean, it's not unplayable. This is still totally fine for a sim, but yeah, considering the resource that I have. But anyway, we started with like 70, and now we're like at 40. That's pretty bad. Yeah, so it seems like the problem persists with door open, door close. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's see when we get to London. Okay, and closing in on the approach here to London, and as you can see, we are already close to the descent. As you also can see, we have like the same massive performance drop now that we had in last flight. So, I mean, might as well end it here, but I'm going to end it, going to land the plane now, and then we're going to see. It seems that it's worse here now than it was in the last flight, but it was better at the beginning. I don't really know what's going on there. Then let's go flips 2. And gear down. And arm the approach.
$500. $400. $300. $200. $100. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard 5.
Wow. Pretty bad. Okay. Reversers are there somehow. 70 knots. Reverse idle. And then let's see if we can exit right here. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, welcome again to Gatwick. Okay, then yeah, welcome back to Gatwick. As you can see, the frames are about the same as in the last flight. 34, 33. They dropped more though. I think we started with like more than 65, almost 70, or like was for a time it was 70, and they dropped now to 30. No, I'm not sure what caused this. This can be the plane, this can be the sim, this can be any other issue. What I find weird is the low GPU usage. So the frames aren't the best, but the GPU is only utilizing 44%, 43. So that's kind of weird. It's getting up a little bit, but yeah, this is again very weird. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to do the same flight again, but with the fly-by-wire. Alrighty then, welcome back to flight number 3. As you can see, we are in the fly-by-wire. Maybe you don't see it, looks exactly the same from the outside, but we are in the fly-by-wire now. And yeah, the conditions are the same. I'm doing the same flight now. I made a sim brief and everything. I expect frames to be lower in general because the simulation of the fly-by-wire is a little bit more complex. But at the moment, as you can see, it's pretty much the same. Somewhere between 60 and 70 on takeoff here in Gibraltar. That was the same in the LVFR. Yeah, okay, then let's take off and see how this goes. Again, made a sim brief, everything is set up. I'll start the clock. And then let's see. I thought they would lower the barriers so the cars don't cross the runway anymore if I have the takeoff clearance, but apparently that's not because I didn't notice that in the LVFR. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, 100 knots, 100 120. V1 rotate. Wow, just as close. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Frames are, yeah, as I was saying, the same basically as in the LVFR, which is kind of a surprise. Okay, now it's, yeah. I'm checking back to you at 30 minutes and we'll see how the frames do then. So far it's, yeah, somewhere between 60 and 70. Okay, 30-minute check. Frames are, as you can see, somewhere between 60 and 70. I think that's more than in the LVFR at this point. Interestingly, we're also flying a little bit lower, though I don't think that this has that much of an impact. As you can see, the frames are pretty unstable though. Like they range all the way from 65, 66, and then sometimes they drop down to 57. Interestingly, if I go to the outside view, I have more frames. And you can also see that the GPU usage is going up pretty much. Yeah, sometimes over 90, sometimes I think it's even close to 100. And the frames are above 70, so that's okay. Yeah, weird. Again, this GPU usage is a little bit weird to me. Memory seems to be higher than in the LVFR, which again you would expect because the plane is probably modeled in more detail. Yeah, so I'm continuing onwards now, and we're going to see in another half hour the frames will be then. It will be interesting to see if they are halfway stable or if they drop further. So 1 hour in, like about 1 hour, and yeah, it looks like the behavior itself is pretty stable. Okay, seems like I'm getting lower FPS now, but I still see sometimes 66, 65. But overall, yeah, it seems to have dropped now a little bit. Okay. No, there's a 61 again. 62, 63. I don't know. It seems to be a little bit, but there's a lot of ocean in front of us, so... Yeah, maybe it dropped a little bit. What I notice is when I go to the outside... I still get pretty high GPU usage, like... It seems to decline as well. It was like 90% before, and now it seems to decline as well. 17. It's barely getting to 80 now, and the frames are also less. Oh, now we're at 70 again. It's pretty jumpy with the frames. It's really... The average is okay though. I say the GPU usage is higher and the average is okay. Inside frames are lower, GPU usage is lower. But it still seems to be way higher than in the LVFR. But it seems that there's the same kind of drop over time. Although now it's at 60 again. Really difficult to say because it's so unstable. Oh, wow, there was a 40, no, there's a 60 again. Again, it's weird because it's all over the place, but I think the average is higher. but it doesn't seem to be stable. So maybe this is a sim issue. It's not a specific plane issue. Okay, let's see how it is when we get to London. Okay, then yeah, getting to the decel now. Chasing green dot speed. We're pretty fast. Nope, cannot use the flaps right now. Come on, lose speed. You are too fast, friend. You're way too fast. Okay, flaps 1. Yeah, performance, you can see, was okay about a second ago. Outside definitely okay. 60, high 60s. That's okay. Cockpit, low 50s, mid 50s. That's fine. Okay, let's focus a little bit on the landing here. Flaps 2, gear down. Should make our turn now onto the... Okay, some speed brakes, cabin check.
$500. 400. 300. 200. 100 above. 100. Minimum.
Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Versas. Wow, 27, 28. Amazing. Cannot make this exit here. Okay, never mind. 70. This is idle. Then we take the next one. And then for the third time, welcome to Gatwick. Yeah, close enough. Never mind. It's not that important right now. Okay, then welcome to, yeah, London Gatwick. Yeah, as you can see, we have the same kind of decline in performance, or a similar decline of performance, but at a higher level. So in the LVFR, I think we had 30 frames here, and here we have 40 to 45. I didn't notice any performance drop when I did the Norwegian flight. Like, it was 6-7 hours in the plane and there was no drop. The same with the 737. It was 8-9 hours in the plane and the sim constantly. I didn't notice any drop. Now, I don't really know what the issue with that is. I don't really know why that is. It might be my hardware, might be the sim itself, might be any plugin with the sim or anything, I don't know. But in general, despite being more complex, the fly-by-wire performs a lot better. Like 30 to like 45 or 42 or whatever. That's a pretty big improvement. So if you were considering the LVFR for performance reasons, from where I'm standing, from what I've experienced here, I can say that rather go with the fly-by-wire. You get a better plane, you get a better performance, obviously, and it's free. So just can tell you, like, fly-by-wire is extremely good. I will leave you here now. I catch you in the next one. Until then, take care and tschüss, ne?